Sure, man.
Yeah, just click on that record button. Okay, yeah,
I'm
just
ready
just
when you
go
are,
for
man.
it. You're sick right now, so I wouldn't put my bets on you. So. All right, should we just
Look,
go
man.
for it?
Me at 70% is better than most people at 110%. All right.
All right, so just a heads up for our listeners, we're both a little sick right now.
Speak for yourself. I'm
Um,
very sick.
so Eddie has a
Whew.
bit of a sore throat, I think,
Yeah.
and I have a similar thing.
And my
Both of
voice will
us.
probably crack a lot.
And I will be coughing throughout, but this is the entertainment that you subscribe to. So why should
Paid
we
for.
hide our reality? So here we go. We're just gonna jump into it.
Jim, I hit the
Say the thing.
intro.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
And I'm Deputy So-and-so.
Reviewing Sinister, and this is the rollback. Once you see him, nothing can save you. True crime writer Ellison Oswald is in a slump. He hasn't had a bestseller in more than 10 years and is becoming increasingly desperate for a hit. So when he discovers the existence of a snuff film showing the deaths of a family, he vows to solve the mystery. He moves his own family into the victim's home and gets to work. However, when old film footage and other clues hint at the presence of a supernatural force, Ellison learns that the living in the house may be lethal. This is the 2012. Uh, I don't want to call it a classic, but it's a
Classic, cult
modern
classic masterpiece, horror
directed
iconic.
directed by Scott Derrickson, directed of The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Deliver Us from Evil, Doctor Strange, The Black Phone, The Gorge, and The Black Phone 2, and
I think
starring
the
Ethan
gorge was
Hawke.
was a for the money piece. I'll say
Yeah,
it.
it's a one for them, one for me
Yeah.
situation. Ethan Hawke, Juliet Rylance, Vincent D'Onofrio, James Ranson, Fred Thompson, Claire Foley, Michael Hall, Daddario star in this movie, and it was written by Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill, who's his partner in crime. Usually they wrote together Doctor Strange, Black Phone, Sinister, and Sinister 2 and Black Phone 2, which are other movies that they've worked on. So I remember when this movie came out and started to, I saw bits and pieces of it. I saw it at like friends' houses or like if they played it in school because I was still in high school when this came out. And it kind of had like a life of its own. People still remember it very fondly and they speak very highly of it. There was that famous scientific study which called this the scariest movie of all time. And
Scientifically proven. Scares.
people freaking love this movie. People fucking speak to this day wonders about this movie. And I realized until we were, trying to work on this review when we both got sick that I had seen it in bits and pieces and I had seen it like fully but not in one sitting. So I finally decided to actually sit down and watch it fully. And I don't want, prior expectations or hype to get me in a movie. But I'm asking from a genuine position. Why the fuck do people love this movie? Go.
Um, how much time you got?
We just started.
You got a whole podcast. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think there's a variety of things. If okay, I want to talk about this movie. Let's talk about it in as close to chronological order as possible,
Yeah.
so we can touch on all the elements. Because this movie is layered upon layered upon layered upon layered. So let's go at it chronologically. Let's start with the 8 millimeter films, which for some people might be the entire highlight of the entire film. For me, at least, they're one of the best features, but they're not the only thing. Um, let's start with the very first one, which is hanging out with the family, right? The opening sequence is a family of four with bags over their heads and nooses around their neck, and you see a branch come down, lift all four of them into the air, and it is genuinely terrifying, creepy. Also, they actually filmed it on actual 8 millimeter film. Like it's actually
Mhm.
shot with that. Like not they didn't apply a bunch of filters to a camera. No, no, no. Dead on shot. So one, authenticity, but two, that is fucking terrifying. Like just from the fucking get-go, that's what we have. And then we jump into Ellison and his family moving into a house. So, what did you think of that? Just that opening shot? Because think about it. Every great horror franchise ever establishes itself with a great opening shot, whether it's Halloween, whether it's Freddy Krueger, whether it's The Conjuring, The Exorcist. The opening minute, they establish a tone. This film did an amazing job establishing the tone at the very beginning. Go.
Now, look, I agree on that. Like I think it's definitely something that you see it from the start and it immediately grabs your attention. It does. And there's a lot of good in this movie. I can't talk for the second one. I don't know if there's a third one even. I don't think so. No?
No, no.
Okay,
So
just
the
the second
second
one.
one has been kind of
Erased from history.
tossed, yeah, lost to time, and supposedly they're considering doing an actual part two that would be good because the part two
That
wasn't.
was not the one. Okay.
It has some interesting
Um,
ideas. We can talk about that later.
yeah, no, so I can't speak for the second one because I haven't even seen a single second from it. But this first one, what I think is the strengths of this movie are the tone, the atmosphere, the sound design, and the music. I think those are the
None of the acting.
biggest. We'll get to the acting eventually. I think the acting is pretty standard. It's not bad. It's not, it doesn't affect my enjoyment of the movie at all. I'm sorry, man. I could not get into this. And it's not me trying to go
But if there
against
were
the
old
hype.
people fucking, you would like this movie.
It's all people just standing there, first of all, not people fucking, not all people fucking, you know? That was just once, okay? And no, I don't want to look at this from the perspective of like today, but remember how you talk about The Exorcist and how like it's considered this classic masterpiece and you see it as like this overrated like piece of like,
Oh,
I
I've
bet it
gone
was
back and
scary
edited
at the
on my stance
moment.
on it. I think it's actually really good.
No, I also think it's very good, but I do agree that it worked better in its time. And I don't know, maybe I've been spoiled by too many jump scares. I don't think the jump scares in this movie work at all. I think there's a few scenes that are supposed to be scary and end up being really cheesy.
I'm guessing the
I don't
kids,
think
right? When the kids
I
are
don't I don't think the kids work in this movie.
fair.
I don't. That scene where he's looking at the picture of the pagan creature and in the computer, and the
It
creature
turns
like
at him
looks.
and then turns back.
It's. I'm sorry. That was goofy as fuck, man. Like I know. Okay. Like I know, and like I really wanted to like this, man, but I really like the atmosphere. I really like every time that they would walk out of the house and you would see like this like fog or like this darkness, like they would shoot you if you wanted to light a movie the way that this movie was like the lightning for this. I
For the
think
lack
that
of light. Like
yeah,
it.
I think it really works. Like you actually get lost in the darkness in this house. I love that the movie just takes place in the house, you know?
So
Um,
one of the things I think that adds to the dread of the film is the fact that it's dark, and I don't mean like, oh, it's a dark tone. No, I mean it's fucking dark. Like the movie
yeah.
forces you to focus in on only certain things and only at certain times. It doesn't let you, um, how to say this? It doesn't let you see too much, which I think is a
Yeah.
strength. I understand why some people might not like that. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are the strengths of the movie, but I just did not find it as original or as impactful as, something like, say, Lake Mungo, which I felt was totally like unraveled. Like I felt seduced almost by the tone of that movie. Where in this one, a lot of it I found it to be a bit cliche. I don't know if it's like, cliches that came afterwards because of this movie,
Hmm.
but so this is why I don't want to compare it too much to others, but I was just not as captured by this as I felt like I was going to. I didn't feel like the creature was super like terrifying. I hated the fucking ending where like it's like a last little jump scare.
See, okay,
Uh,
to be fair, even the guy Scott Derrickson, is that his name? Yeah, he
yeah.
hated that too. There were two mandatory jump scares that they made him add that he didn't want to have.
Oof.
That one, and then the one in the basement.
Excuse me. Go
I
ahead.
mean, in the attic, the one where Bagul just appears. It was
Oh
like I
yeah.
hate this, but they made him add it.
That makes sense. It feels very corporate. Like it feels very
Um,
corporate horror thing. I don't know, man. Like I felt like because like the way that people talk about this, I'm like I felt like I was really in for something really,
Special.
really like ter no, it is special, but I don't know. To me, this is not the scariest movie of all time. Like it's not even close. And
I think that's
it,
subjective, but what I will say is
yeah,
I think everything it does very well. We can go into the details in a sec, but I'm sorry, go keep going.
yeah. And I felt like okay, if I don't really get into the spooks, maybe I'll get into the story and the drama, which I really like that the movie spends a lot of time focused on like
The family?
setting up the family, setting up like their history. I like that it's a lot of showing and not telling. Like
Yeah.
a lot of it comes up in very organic conversations, like where were they living before, or what's his history with stardom? Why is he writing this? What did he write before? And I felt like I was gonna relate a lot to the Ethan Hawke character. I also favor a lot of college t-shirts and warm wool cardigans. So I felt immediately like, yes, Ethan, you know ball. But I feel like the story of the dad that wants to make it and like the thing he loves to put his family forward, I feel like I've seen that a lot also.
I okay.
And I
I,
felt like it was going to turn into like what if he's the secret killer? What if he's gonna be like the twist villain? But this is again one of those, they're all victims at the end of the day thing.
okay. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
things on there I need to start disputing here. I want to go more in depth.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
One,
not about disputing also. Like it's just I also don't want to blame this movie on what it's not. I just want to talk about what it is.
uh-huh.
But it's
And
kind
what
of
it is
hard.
classic. But like let's dive into it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just it yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
okay, like let me ask you this. So that
Yeah.
whole father putting his family in danger so he can become more famous. Name me those movies. And then like are they north or south of the year 2012?
No, I mean I'm thinking of like something like Minari, like something like Minari, where
Hmm.
like he's risking like everything in his like money wise to like grow vegetables in this farm,
But
and
see,
like his wife is telling him like don't do it, like stop doing it, like prove to your like just find something that can be sustainable for our family, and
oh
he
the
goes
chick.
like no, I need my kids to see me succeed. And
Yeah.
that's something that we've talked about like repeatedly, like in the show, where like I wish I could relate to that, and I get it that even if it's not for me, I'm guessing it works for someone else. But I would like to feel a lot more for these characters where I sadly don't. I think my favorite character in the movie was Detective So and So, who had like I hated him at the start, and then like by the end, I was like, this guy knows ball. This guy has the sauce. Get him the
Snakes don't
fuck
have
out of
feet.
here before he dies.
Snakes don't have feet.
Yeah.
But no, okay. So I think Ellison, for one, I think let's start from the ground up. The
Yeah,
fact
yeah,
that they're in a haunted house or like in a murder house, and it's explained because he's a true crime writer. Fucking love that. I love that so goddamn much because it explains. Because in all the other films, what do we say? Why are you in the house? Get out. But
yeah,
because of what he's doing, it makes total sense that he would actively go out there to investigate a murder. And then we get we find out he's not this all-star crack detective, true crime writer. He had one big hit, Kentucky Blood, and
yeah,
like he's written two other books since then, and both of them were fuck ups. And he accidentally let a killer go free, like he had a bad theory. So the local law enforcement is hostile towards him and his family right from the get-go. And his wife, I love how you can tell he's pulled some stupid shit before because she's like, we didn't move into down the street from the where a murder took place again, did we? And he's like, no, we didn't move down the street from where a murder took place. And you know that shit immediately. That shit's gonna come up later, and it's gonna be hilarious.
yeah.
Um,
I love
and,
how the detective also tells him like, "Oh man, I don't want to be on that side when your wife finds out." Like,
and see, that's one of the things is I think one of the strengths is the fact that they devote so much time to making us like these characters, not just because they have good chemistry, but they do, but also their motivations are very understandable. Ellison is selfish on some level for putting his family in the firing line because he wants to get one more hit. He needs to know he's not a one-hit wonder. On the other side, though, when Tracy tells him, if this goes south again, I'm taking the kids and going to my mother's. It doesn't mean that if this book is bad, I'm gonna leave you. What it means is if you go down the rabbit hole and have another breakdown, I'm leaving. Like
Yeah.
it's a very honest but very telling moment of their relationship that you can tell there's love there, but also there's a healthy love there. It's not so much so like I'm with you to the end. It's like, no, fucker, we have kids we need to think about. Fuck
Yeah.
your pain, which I mean, she even tells him at one point, you could just go back to writing fiction and make a good living. You can edit textbooks and make a good living, which he could. He could afford that big house while just editing textbooks and doing fiction. But he wants, those don't get him big interviews.
Yeah.
He wants to go on news stations again and talk about solving a crime. He wants that dopamine hit one more time, which
Yeah.
I mean to me is a very understandable motivation. Selfish for damn sure, but I mean his motivation is legit. And then we he goes into the attic and finds this Super
Box.
8 film of these multiple murder sequences and he starts to watch them and at first it's like, oh, okay, family hanging out, whatever. And then he sees the murder. And he sees, I think he sees that one and then the family barbecue one where the family catches on fire. And he's
Yeah.
about to call the police, but he looks up and sees Kentucky blood. And he knows this could be his chance. Right? This
To me,
isn't
that might to me that might be like the best moment in the movie. Like when he's ready to call 911 and then he sees the book is like, but if I do it,
I
that's a
do.
lot. Yeah, that's very good, like showing, not telling. Yeah.
And then
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
and this movie's just such a good job of like again showing not telling, but also like it's almost it's scarier in what it holds back. Because there's another one where it's not long, it's is it Sleepy Time? It might be, yeah, Sleepy Time. Where from the murderer's perspective, we see a family tied up in their beds, and
Yeah,
there's a good boy there, a little Chihuahua trying to defend his family. Doesn't do a very good job, and we see the family's throats getting slit. And here's the thing: we see the mom and the dad's throats getting slit, but right when it's about to do it to the kid, it goes right out of focus, and Ellison can't look at it, and he's drinking because it's hard
yeah.
because he's trying to numb it because this is bad. And we also get, I think, the best jump scare maybe of the entire film. I think an all-time jump scare that I would put with the best of them when
The
during
lawnmower.
the lawnmower.
Yeah,
Tell me that didn't scare you. And then I want
it
to
was
set
effective.
that
Yeah,
into the music because okay, this it doesn't really have a score. It has a soundtrack. The two directors actually, director and writer, Scott Derrickson and his partner, what's his name?
director and writer. Yeah,
Director and writer, C. Robert Cargill, went on the most obscure online forums and internet to find the scariest music that they could. And it worked. Like all that's licensed music. The best stuff of this is licensed music. But they went to the most obscure parts online to find it, to find this like this terrifying musical soundtrack, which is rightfully creepy. I can't think of another horror film with a soundtrack this good. Like, imagine having multiple soundtracks, like The Extras, the da na 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 na. Na.
yeah.
Imagine having that, but like four different times in the same film, where it's like all four of them are good songs to set a very terrifying tempo. Which
Mhm.
also again reminds me the soundtrack in this film is amazing. Not just the music, but also like the effects. It knows when to go quiet. It knows when to get loud. It knows when to terrify you. I think that's probably why it won the study. It would stop. It's visually, it's terrifying. But if even if you close your eyes, that shit's gonna get scared out of you because of the
Mhm.
score, because of the soundtrack. I think that's another strong aspect of this film. It doesn't just scare you with your eyes, you're hearing. What you hear scares you just as much.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I think the scariest like piece of music is the one where they're burning the car. I think that's the one where like uh where it got me the most.
Is it the one where the guys went like
That's the one,
yeah,
yeah.
which is terrifying.
Uh,
Like that's genuinely scary music. If someone's blasting that, oh, here's another thing. They have that music blasting when they filmed those murders
okay.
to set the tone, and then they played the music on set when Ellison was watching the Super 8 films.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because I think those parts are the most effective parts in the movie. Like I mentioned before, atmosphere, sound design, and like I mentioned, it's not just the music. It's like the sounds of like the Super 8 film burning, or like the sounds of like when he's setting up the camera, or like the sounds where there's no dialogue in these Super 8 films. It's just, how it looks under the when he looks at the creature first under the water. And those parts I think are super effective. And that's when you know that I believe Derrickson worked a bit on a VHS film. I don't remember which one.
Yeah,
But
I want to say 1985. I want to say it is,
okay, yeah.
but it that one has a connection to the black phone, not
Okay.
Sinister.
Okay, because a lot of the movie feels very VHS-T. Like it feels more like if I see this more as a VHS type film where like it's trying to connect these Super 8 films with like one like outstanding narrative. I don't know, I feel like I might like it a bit more, but
Uh,
I
the,
don't know why, man. Like I try my darndest. Like I'm trying to like connect with this movie, but I see it more as like a popcorn summer jump scary film than like a actual enduring classic. I don't know. It's me. It's me, maybe. I'm trying to like vibe with it, but the whole time I'm kind of thinking like I don't know. Like I feel like what I do like, I've seen it somewhere else, and what I don't like, it's I've also seen it somewhere else, and it feels more tropey than like,
Mhm.
standing for it. I'm not saying my opinion is the right one. Obviously, people love this movie, but I don't know, man. I'm trying. I'm something. Maybe it needs some sriracha because this shit ain't kicking like I need it to kick.
So no, I think one
Yeah.
of the things that really works it for this film is not just the narrative of like dude finds murder canisters in his attic, but also like the methodicalness of the film where he's viewing the films, going back, trying to see what's going on. The film starts to
Mhm.
burn, which is actually a thing that used to happen if you like heated it too much.
Yeah.
And then he digitizes it and he's able to go back and review all the footage, but also he's able to go back and see the killer. And he
Yeah.
figures out, oh, this guy has been in each and every single one of them. And as he goes back, I mean, it's just it's again, it's partially a detective film, like not necessarily in the same vein as like Seven, but somewhat like that, where again he's going backwards to figure out who is this guy. Because remember, we know that it is a supernatural film. We are aware that Bagul is this beyond demon, which we will get to in a minute. But for Ellison, he's just looking for some murderer, right? He's still
Yeah.
approaching this from a logical perspective, even though it becomes illogical, right? Let's pretend the age is not a factor, which we will get to. The fact that this guy is at every single murder scene is one thing, but the fact that he is actually underwater when those people are being pulled in and he just stays there and looks at the camera, it's terrifying. Why the fuck is he underwater for so long? Which also they filmed that practically, by the way. Like there's no CGI in any of those Super 8 films.
That makes sense.
There
Yeah.
were divers just out of range of the camera that were
In
giving
case.
water to the actors as need be when they were pulled under. Like seriously.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Which I mean you have to admire the craft. Like let's talk about that for a moment. The crafting of this film, they were so committed to as little CGI as possible that later on, there's a sequence in the film where Ellison's walking around the house and you see the kids, right? They film it with two different cameras for each person. The only time they digitize any effect is when they have to splice the two together at the same time because one camera is running at normal speed, the other one is running at slightly higher speed for Ellison, and Ethan Hawke has to move twice as fast as so the kids can like bump around him.
Yeah.
Like the commitment to shooting something like that, and the difficulty of it. But again, it's admirable. Plus, also, it's followed by a great shot where Ellison is like in the living room holding a baseball bat, and it slowly becomes from night to day. Like beautiful
Yeah.
shot, fucking beautiful. But let's drive it back for a second. So then Deputy So and So comes by. You know, it's probably squirrels have feet. One Deputy So and So, such a great character, right? We only get him for I think like four scenes, but still great. Um, but also finally a friend for Ellison to have that he can talk about the stuff with because what he's gonna tell his kid who's having fucking night terrors, which can we talk about that for a moment? Trevor, when he comes out of the box, is terrifying.
Yeah.
But also in retrospect, I didn't catch. So some people caught on that it was the kids that were doing the murders, right? I think everyone would have guessed that it would have been Trevor. No one would have guessed it would have been Ashley. Because Trevor's the more disturbed kid with the long hair and the night terrors, and to
I
me,
mean, I don't know. A kid drawing in the in the fucking walls and talking the way that she talks, I kind of caught up pretty quickly that it was gonna be just for that.
I would have assumed it would have been Trevor. But going back,
Yeah,
yeah, W so and so provides one some much needed comic relief, like very deadpan comedy. Also, like again, no, it can't be a snake. Snakes don't have feet. That's
yeah,
hilarious. But also the fact that like Bagul, like just going to the subtlety, um, Bagul appears multiple times. In retrospect, rewatching the film, he appears
yeah.
sometimes as a snake or as a scorpion. What does Ellison see in his house? A
Yeah,
snake,
a snake
and
and a
later on,
scorpion.
a
Yeah,
scorpion. Bagul's always there, whether he knows it or not. Um, but again, he goes back to investigate and he's slowly piecing together that these murders can be tracked backwards by address. Whenever a family moves from one house to the other, they bring the killer with them. And his
yeah,
dumbass actively moved his family into the house. Um, Selfishly, yeah, but he didn't know. And
yeah,
then we get him and Tracy, and we see they have, I think, what, two or three fights about how stressful this is in the family. But Ellison, on some level, I can get this. He's like, this can be our ticket my ticket to fame and success for our family. Book deals, TV deals, movies, TV show. Like this can break out, and we can do whatever we want after this, right? That Ashley can paint on any fucking wall that she wants. Our family will be secure for life if I can do this. Partially, is it selfish? Yes, he is actively being selfish, but on some level, it is as understandable a motive as one can get. Whether it's been repeated before, that's one thing, but how common do we complain in a horror film that the motivations aren't there, or it's not logical for them to react in such a way, or such an unrealistic relationship in a film? This is one of the most realistic marriages I've ever seen because it's not unbreakable. She tells him, "I will leave you if you have another breakdown. I'm not gonna put our kids through that." I like that. I really
mhm.
enjoyed that. Also, like maybe it's the writer in me. I would kill for an opportunity to do something like that professionally for a year. That my family, I don't have to worry about working and just dive into this work. That's amazing. I would fucking kill for something like that. And it's such a great adventure to go on. I know it's a scary film, but also some part of me is like, yeah, yeah, I kind of get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I figured. I was thinking about you in that position like the whole time that I was watching it. I'm like, yeah, no, he would do this. He would tell his family that was like 3 blocks away, and like, you know, just in case. No, like my big thing is that you talk about the relationship, you talk about the marriage. I feel like this is the relationship of every boxing movie just put in a horror film.
That's a great idea.
Like it's like the phrase, if anything happens, I will be at my sister's. Like I've heard it. It's been parodied to death in every boxer movie. It's like the boxer girlfriend saying like, I'll be at my sister's. Like I think even SNL had a sketch about it or like a recurring character. Like I've heard this before. Just because you put in a
Yeah.
different genre, it can work. I'm not saying it can't. And obviously it has because like I mentioned, people fucking love this movie. But for some reason, I'm not saying this movie is a nothing burger. I'm not saying this movie is bad, but I just cannot fucking jive with it. And I tried. This should have worked for me. I love stories about writers. I love stories where like just something is fucking off. But I don't know, man. It's I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to process it, and I don't know. I feel like the spooks don't reward what's being set up here. And I don't think the thing that's being set up here is as bad. I usually love when a movie like this gives me just enough lore, like it doesn't give me everything.
Hmm.
But something about this, like I compare this with Insidious a lot, where like it's one of those movies that like I watch it and I'm like I feel like I should be really impressed and I'm not.
Insidious,
Uh,
no, I'm saying.
you don't like Insidious?
No, but apparently they have been talks about doing in Sinister. I'm serious. I'm serious. At one point, the creator of Sinister and the creator of Insidious were in talks of doing a crossover film. I'm not joking.
The day that happens, just know we're not reviewing that. Like I don't
We are
want to see
reviewing the
that.
fuck out of that if that happens. If Scott
Uh,
Derrickson is involved where I'm reviewing it, you don't have to be there. I will fucking be
wait.
there from your day.
Oh yeah, what were your thoughts on the gorge? Like, you want to
Oh,
jump on that for a bit?
oh. Shut up, Gemma.
Also, like, just
You're right. I hate that you're right.
I mean, props to Scott Derrickson who released two movies this year, like between Gorge and Black Phone 2. I mean, that's it's a hard-working chap right there. Good for him.
I mean, one of them was
Guess.
shot direct. One of them was shot on location. The other one was shot on the sound stage. So
I'll talk about the Black Phone 2 when I see the Black Phone 2, but
fair.
we'll just see. Um,
But okay.
what else is there to say
I,
about this?
I love the
Yeah,
uncredited cameo appearance by Vincent D'Onofrio. I love that. I love it because also it gives us such a good explanation. There's also something missing from this film that I love that is not involved, but I'll jump to that in a moment. I
yeah,
love like the background, the lore of how he talks about Bagul, the eater of children, and the way it works and what happens, and we learn so much. And it's such a refreshing, different change of pace rather than it. Okay, one of the things I didn't realize I loved about this film till after the fact, there's no priest, there's no Catholic Church, there's no investigation, there's no the power of Christ compels you, none of that shit. Because I'm so tired of the church will come in and save us. No, they won't. The fuck they will, and they cannot. Because Bagul is one, a pagan deity, but also the fact that like they even go so far as to explain like, well, the few that have survived tell us this and this. Well, why is there more information? Well, because Christians believe that by just keeping record of him, you keep him alive. So we
yeah,
have to destroy it. Like that's the only way. The only way to kill him is to erase him like he doesn't exist. It's almost Freddy Krueger-esque. When you stop believing or you stop fearing him, he loses all of his power. So, like, if this is his only opportunities with these 8 millimeter films, there you go. He satiates himself in that way. But anyway, going back to Vincent D'Onofrio, the explanations of who Bagul is and what's happening and what's going on, and even that one, like, I love the part where he asks him, like, "There's been another murder, hasn't there? Tell me everything."
yeah, yeah.
Like, the fucking gold, brother. Um, and then he finds the, excuse me.
Yeah,
And the footage comes back to the house
yeah.
and he goes to burn it. And wait, okay, let's talk about the fight. That fight with his wife about the house. Man, if there was ever a time for her to leave him, I would not have blamed her at that very moment.
Kind of love the moment where like he finally like it kicks in and he is driving away from the house, and we see the sheriff like stop him again, and it kind of all sets in that it's like, no, I'm following your advice. I'm getting the fuck out of here, and like says it in front of the wife and everything, and he's like, no, no, we're
He is
out. I'm done.
so relieved.
Yeah, like there's a relief that generally feels. And in that moment, I remember I was watching it, I was like, there's like 15 minutes left. How bad can this go? Like we're like how fucked are they? Like how
We
how
only
how
needed
bad
10.
is this gonna go? Yeah. It gets worse after that. But yeah, I love Vincent D'Onofrio. I like him in everything that I see him in. Speaking of uncredited appearances, great appearance by Kane as as Bagul. You
What?
know,
No.
that's not Kane.
No.
It looks exactly like him.
That's Nicholas King.
I'm making a joke here.
I'm sorry. It's because Kane's been in some shitty films. See no evil. We should
No, I mean
review See
like,
No Evil.
oh God.
Hey, let's
Can we
find
do
out if
it?
it's any good.
Can I do it as like an episode where I'm drunk again? Because like I just got this bottle of sangria. I'm kind of dying to crack it open.
Uh,
Like,
fuck it. All right, next review. See no evil.
no, I want to do Chainsaw Man next week.
Okay.
Like
Is
it's
it released
killing me.
in US? See.
Yeah, just came out. Like it just came out this weekend. Um, yeah, I highly recommend. Small parentheses. Everyone go check out the Chainsaw Man movie, the Red Sail arc. It's fucking peak, man. Like it's not gonna see better animation this year probably. And
The only question is when can I see it?
Actual like compelling story that like kind of wraps itself. One of the great scores, I think. Really moves the Chainsaw Man story along, and also like it's its own little chapter. One of the most explosive third acts, I think, like genuinely like heart stopping. And love it. Love the Chainsaw Man movie. I texted you and I stand by this. This is the Batman Mask of the Phantasm of anime. Like it genuinely is. It's out fucking outstanding. But yeah. Yeah, so there's that. Also Good Boy just came out also here, so I'm gonna check that out if you want to do that as well. Yeah. Um because I kind of have an idea of how that's gonna come out. But yeah, that's phew. So yeah, that is coming out. Yeah, back to this. I do like the reveal. I thought the way that this movie was gonna go was that it was gonna reveal that Ethan Hawke was gonna be like possessed, like he was gonna be taken over by a Bagul or something. But no, the twist was the kid actually. That scene where like the kids are like looking from the projection and just look left and then look right. Like again, I thought it was really goofy.
What
What I
about
thought was really effective
the
was when
leave them
Bagul showed
before
up
her
and like
behind?
yeah, when he like picks her up and like just kind of clips away as like a movie when it cuts, I thought was also really effective. But not as much in it right next when he like, kind of like goes,
Yeah.
"Hi, this is Bagul and you're watching Disney Channel."
Okay, so real quick, so Tracy and I'm sorry, I need to rewind for just a moment. Tracy
Yeah.
and Ellison have that fight that they moved into the murder house, and I love how almost juxtaposed to that, she walks out, fuck, we're missing, okay, the dog. He goes out to get his
Yeah.
bat, and there's a huge dog outside, and
Oh
it's
yeah, the dog.
that the dog's like, fuck this, I'm out, and he takes off.
Yeah. The
Uh,
dog is kind of like the
the
native
harbinger of death
people.
to me.
I was gonna say that the kind of like the native people in Sinners, where they like show up and it's like, we're here to help. You don't want our help? All right, fuck you. Like, you're not gonna see me for the rest of the movie.
The best
Like,
part. Um, and then there's also so she goes back to talk to find Ellison, and he's in a drunken stupor. He's asleep again on the couch, and he's watching. And I don't know if you picked up on this.
yeah,
He's doing an interview, and they ask him like, "Do you have any kids?" And he's like, "I think I just met a woman who I think she might be the one." Like that's sweet.
yeah,
Some bitch couldn't have planned it better than that, but that like always makes you go like, God damn it, I love him.
yeah,
Um, because she's pissed, rightfully so, rightfully so. She is furious with him, but also she's like, God damn it, listen, I love you. Takes him to bed. They find the footage. They get the fuck out of town, and there's some part there where the sheriff is almost honorable. Like, did someone like force you to leave the town? I want to know because that's not okay. Like, I may not want you here, but no one should be making you leave.
hmm
Which there's something honorable in that, in the sheriff, in that. And even when he tells him, like, look, just keep it under 60 till you cross the county line, then you're someone else's problem. Go.
yeah,
And again, that relief that Tracy has when he says, like, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I will write fiction, I will teach, I will do fucking edit textbooks. But
yeah,
I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm tired. Unfortunately, sir, he quits before he can finish the job. He should have quit before he was ahead. So we go back to the house that they're moving into, which is a beautiful home, by the way, gorgeous house. Someday, and um, he he finds the footage again in the attic, but instead of just tossing it and like ignoring it, which might have been his one saving grace, he sees that they have a special extended edition, director's cut, and he stitches the films together, and then we see because earlier in the film, him and Deputy So and So think that maybe the killer, if he's still alive, he's in his 60s or 70s.
hmm
Because if he's been killing since the 70s at the time of at the time of this film, like he would be ancient. How is he committing all these murders? And they point out, well, they're low effort. You don't really need a lot of strength to do a lot of these things. And it turns out, no, it was kids. It was kids all along. And that is when, after
I
learning
don't
how,
wanna. I don't want to like interrupt your role, but like the second that you said it's the kids did it, your kid immediately walked it, just crawled into frame. Like
Hey, Ollie, is there something I need to know about? He's not looking at me. No, he is.
it is
Well,
now.
whatever. Hmm. It was the kids all along. And so then we find out that it's Ashley, and she tells him this terrifying line of, "Don't worry, Daddy, I'll make you
Yeah.
famous." And she chops her whole family with an axe, which that little girl doesn't have much strength, so you know it took a lot of hits to put each one down. And
Yeah.
oh, that's so dark. As I hold my son, that's so dark. Oh
Oh
man.
God.
Okay, so she puts her family down and then finger paints the house, and then
Yeah.
we get the end of the film.
I
Um,
remember I remember getting there and I was like, I'm wondering when the poster is gonna start making sense. And then I got at the end and I was like, hey, that's from the poster.
hey,
Yeah.
which man, just there's so much good in this film. There's
Mhm.
so much good in this film that I can understand it's not everyone's cup of tea, but man, I'm gonna try to convince you that it is.
And you can keep trying, but oof. Believe me, like I tried, I really did. And like I mentioned in paper, this should have really worked for me, but I don't know. This type of shit just doesn't butter my egg roll, you know? Like it doesn't sweeten my tea. Like it
What?
doesn't. Like
It doesn't spit in
yeah,
your mouth? What?
it does. That's actually not bad. Not gonna
Oh
lie.
God.
Not gonna lie.
I'm
That's
clipping this and playing it at your wedding someday.
good. Good. You know. Yeah, I mean it's not the same, but I wish I wish like for example something like not Barbarian. Barbarian works for me, but like something like what's that James Wan movie? The Malignant. Like something like Malignant really works for me because it kind of goes a little bit goofy also. I think this one, the parts that are goofy are not goofy on purpose and therefore just end up really killing the mood for me.
Yeah.
This movie, like I mentioned, like has a lot of aura, but like the parts that kind of like that really goof up and like make me affect the score. I'm sorry, I'm gonna hit this with a 2 out of 5, which I could have gone way lower, but
I
it's
respect your right to be wrong, as does Mr. Oliver, right, Mr. Oliver?
don't put Mr. Oliver against me. Don't play that card.
Bruce
It's
Alfred. Good luck.
oh God, one day.
Wait, what?
That's knocking on wood. Going back to this, yeah. What would you score this? Do it. Do it. I know you're gonna do it, but do it,
10 out of 10.
Really.
It is legitimately one of the few films that I can put on. It's like John Wick 1 or the first
Okay.
Conjuring film. It's one of the few films that I can, if you show me a single frame, I can tell you where you are in the film. I love
Okay.
the motivation. I love the characters. I love the story. I love the gimmick of the 8 millimeter film. I love the detective aspect. My only complaint is that I wish there was a 3 hour director's cut with more scenes. I wish
Okay.
that they would do a faithful sequel with the original writer and directors, or the original director and writers, to do justice to this film. It is genuinely a 10 out of 10 perfect film for me. It's if you ask me my top 25 films, it would be in there. I don't know if it's in my top 10. I know it's in my top 25 of all time.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we could at least have this space so you can like geek out about this because I do think it's
Just trust me, next week you're gonna geek out a lot.
fucking can't wait, man.
I'll watch.
Um,
So, folks, spoiler alert. Next
yeah,
episode will be Chainsaw Man. I'm gonna watch it. I can't do it this weekend. I'll watch it next weekend in theaters. Apparently, it's blowing up the box office.
it is.
So
It
they're
is. It's got 100% Rotten Tomatoes too.
good. So, man, dude, who said it? Marlon Wayans, I think, said something. He said, "Fuck anime." To which my response is, "No, Marlon Wayans, fuck you."
Yeah, he got really salty that
And didn't do
Demon
shit.
Slayer beat him at the box office.
Dude, if I was Jordan Peele, I'd be furious. Because remember, he wanted
He,
weapons, and his
oh
they
yeah,
they fucked up on the bidding for that one. And then he found out.
yeah.
I think I don't know if you told me this or who told me this. that apparently his company, the company that represented him, was also
Yeah,
representing the other people that bid too. So he was like,
yeah,
"That's fucking crooked. You couldn't tell me that." So he
yeah,
fired.
yeah. Fucking love Jordan Peele. I hope he gets everything he wants. But yeah, some every once in a while we gotta have one of those. Chainsaw Man is debuted at 100%, and it just went down to 96. I thought it was gonna go down more, but no, people are recognizing peak, and that is where it stands. I think also, man, it's just the anime was so good, and imagine being this guy. Imagine being the guy who created. Imagine being Fujimoto and like just getting all these amazing adaptations of your work between the anime to this movie to a look back last year. Like fucking like imagine people loving your work so much that it's getting this kind of response. But yeah, highly recommend everyone check out Chainsaw Man Reze Arc in theaters because it is also the theater experience for that. You gotta watch it on a big screen. Like that's one of those where like,
If it's
yeah,
available on IMAX, I'll do IMAX.
it's dude. I kind of hate that I didn't watch it on IMAX. I might rewatch it on IMAX like
You
at
have to
some
do
point.
IMAX?
Just yeah, it's so good, man. But yeah, that should be we gotta jump on that next week because man,
No.
yeah.
And then a week after that, I'm already saying Has Been Hotel season two because man, the first Has Been Hotel pushed us to over 1,000 subscribers by itself.
When is it coming out?
The 29th.
Ooh, okay, yes, fuck yes.
I don't know if it's coming out in one shot or if it's coming out in episodes.
The last one came out full shot, so
Yeah, but
um
this is a I think now they realize what a big hit it is, so they may like drum it out that way to
yeah.
keep you subscribed.
We'll see. If that's the case, then we
We'll
can
figure
we
it
can
out.
do a weekly. Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, man. This was fun. I'm glad that we got to talk about this one. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. See you all next week with Chainsaw Man. My name was Chema,
I've been Eddie. This was Oliver.
and this was the rollback. Signing off with a reminder to just listen to your wife every once in a while.
No,
Just
no, no. Your wife should be like, she is the angel on your shoulder. Always listen to her.
yeah. I mean, if just trust your gut. Trust your gut. They got some shit. They got some good shit going on. So
If you know it's gonna
just
piss her off, don't do it.
yeah,
If you know buying a
or
haunted house is gonna piss her off, don't do it.
like no, you know,
Make her
you
happy.
know, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Buy her
yeah,
flowers,
yeah.
chocolates, or her
And
candy if she's weird. That's fine.
or that is weird. I agree on that. Yeah. Hello, Oliver. Hello, Oliver. Yes. Looks like he was reaching. I'm like, yes. Hello.
He's starting to understand the
Uh,
concept of people on screens because he has to screen time his Uncle Robert a lot.
ooh. Okay. Well, at least. Well, I'm glad that you keep them pretty like safe from the screens. That's
Oh yeah.
good. Yes.
No, that's not
Yeah.
right.
He has your hair. He
Oh,
literally has your hair.
right.
Yeah.
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 Oh, he's got everything else from his mom except his hair.
Thank God. Okay. All right, man. Can't wait to see y'all. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
All right, everyone. Let's see. All right. Stop recording. And